Okay guys, so it is springtime and we're going to be doing some fishing. I don't know if you can see that. You can't. Way too bright. Let's see. There's a really nice pond right there. And we are about to do some fishing in it. Now it is springtime and the fish are going to be feeding up a little bit, trying to get fat before the spawn, because during the spawn they don't eat very much. So we're going to try to do one of my favorite techniques, especially for spring. That is cranking. Now the exact crankbait I have here, this is a KVD 1.5 sent in from a fan from one of you guys, and I believe the color is chartreuse shad or sexy chartreuse, something like that. It's sexy shad with a little bit of chartreuse on it. And even though this is a shad based color, I can still use it in a pond, because in these ponds there's a lot of minnows. And minnows have about the same color pattern as shad. And by the way, these fish, they really don't care. If they're hungry, they'll eat whatever they see. But anyways, I'm going to hook up the chesty, get out there, and try to get us some good little pre-spawn pond bass. Now with this bait, especially in ponds, you're going to want to fish it about the depth that it's diving. And in ponds, it's usually shallow, so a square bill is just perfect. You won't want to throw it fairly parallel to the bank, that way you can keep bottom contact. So what you're going to want to do is reel it to where the nose is sitting there diving and pecking into the ground. And if you got laydowns, you want to throw it right up against it, bring it by. If this is the laydown, you want to bring it by and really bang it off that, and then keep on going. And whenever it hits something, that's whenever the bass that are maybe over here, if it sees it hit it, then it's going to react to it and go up and eat it just because it hit something, and that bass doesn't like that. Now the gear I'm using today, this is a Lose Baby. There's a bass. Alright, anyways. Oh, he came off. He was pretty small anyhow. But anyways, like I was saying, the equipment I'm using today, the reel, this is a BB1. The rod is a TCS Scott Martin Series crankbait jerkbait rod. And for line, I got 10-pound fluorocarbon. And just keep it in mind that sometimes those bass will want it burned like this, and other times they'll just want it real slowly reeled and just bumping off everything. So if you're fishing it one way, not getting a ton of bites, change it up just a little bit, maybe bump it off something, maybe speed up your reel a little bit, and see if that can't trigger them into biting. So guys, right here, I'm hung up in some leaves. In farm ponds, you can get hung up in leaves and grass a whole lot, but instead of reeling it all the way back to the bank and almost wasting that cast, what you can do is just give your rod tip about 4 or 5 little pops like that, and a lot of times it'll just pop it off and explode. And a lot of times you can even get that reaction strike just by popping the grass and leaves off your bait. There's one. Yeah, there he is. Maybe we'll get this into the bank. We haven't been having much success. I'm just water skiing this guy, not even giving him a chance to fight. And first fish, he don't need a chance to fight. There we go. Yeah, just like that. But anyways, just reeling it. He hit it. Not a big fish, but it is a fish. And if just like that. And I had some people say, dude, you're gonna hurt the fish. I ain't gonna hurt those fish, guys. Oh, got a hit. Let's see if he'll come back. No, he won't. Yeah, he did. Got him. There's a bug on my back and I can't reel because I'm killing it. Alrighty. Anyways, got this little man right here. Felt him hit it. He didn't have it all the way, so I just stopped my bait completely. Gave him time to react to it, and he came back and got it. Which, woo! Alrighty, there he is. There we go. There's a nice bass right there. See if we can't. Oh, dang it. I hit the limb. Kendall Gray is not clutch. Sees a big bass, gets ready to cast to it, hits a tree. Sounds about right. Swarping on this sycamore, I tell you what. Alright, well those bigger bass, they're hanging out down a little bit deeper, and they're not reacting to my bait. So I may have to go switch to maybe a little senko and, try it from there. Oh my god! Well, okay guys, so I saw that some bass were, especially some of the bigger bass, were sort of ignoring my crankbait, and I think that a big reason to that is that that's a chartreuse crankbait, and the water, it's actually fairly clear. Didn't necessarily plan on that. So what I got is a pack of, you know, senko lures that people have sent in. You guys, the fans. So this video, I didn't really plan on it, but all the baits I've been using is actually from mail time. Since the water is clear, I'm going to go with this watermelon, because watermelon is a little bit of transparent, so that should be perfect color for this pretty clear water. Now, I'm going to wacky rig it, just a straight old hook, straight through the middle of it. I'm going to go right back to those bass and try to catch them. I think we have a really, really good chance at hooking into one. Now with this Senko, I've got my heavier spinning set up right here. It's got 20-pound braid on it, a medium action stick, and you know, just a good reliable fluger reel. I'm just gonna walk up, non-sponsored by the way, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I just really do like these flugers. But anyways, I saw the bass right in there. The wind is blowing just enough to block my visibility to be able to see them. So I'm just gonna wait till it calms down a little bit, and if it never does calm down, I'll just cast in there anyways. But I'm basically sight fishing for pre-spawn bass. Now the way I know they're pre-spawn is because, well, they're not, I don't see any visible beds, and they're actually up here cruising. Now they'll do this, they'll start cruising. Cruising is a thing. Cruising's where they're fairly shallow in the water column, and they're just swimming around up shallow looking for places to bed and feeding. Now I really like catching cruising bass, especially in ponds where I can get up here on a bank in higher ground, look down and see the fish, just cast a wacky worm to them and catch them just like, you know, it's awesome. In a boat, it's not that easy to do since you can't get as high as you can on a pond. But now the wind's slowing down, now I'm going to see if I can't find those fish and throw right in amongst them. Alright, well I don't see them, but I'm just going to go in and cast around where I think they'll be. Oh, there he goes. I see him. He's over here. He's over here. I'm going to catch this fish. I have that much faith in a Senko. I can tell you right now, I'm going to catch this fish. That much faith in a little bitty Senko. It's crazy, guys. Oh, there he is. Got him. Just like I said, guys, I knew I could catch him on a Senko. Senkos, I'm just going to tell you, probably one of the best baits that have ever, you know, came to be about. This one's a little bit better size, not much better. I know there's some in there that's bigger than this, and that's really what I'm going for. So just going to toss this guy in and keep fishing this area, because there's a little brush pile right here, and they really like to hang around it. There's one. Got him. Oh, this is the bass I'm talking about, as in a good little bass right here. This isn't a giant bass, but this is what you call a good bass. A good pond bass. Not a deep. Ooh, you like it. I like it when they take drag. I also like it when they choke it like this one did right here. Yep, this one lost my worm, but I really don't care. Get my hook out. This is the good little bass we're talking about. Good chunky belly, man. Good little weight, probably a good 1.5 pounds. Good chunky belly. This one was right up on the bank. If you can see that tree over there, right at the base of the tree, I had to skip it up and under that tree to get her to bite. As soon as it got right up against the stump, she chomped it in. I felt it. Then I just set the hook. For these nicer fish, I guess I'll get down low and let them go. Bye. Bite again soon. Okay, so now that I've caught my fair share of fish, and I've pretty well narrowed it down to a good pattern, I'm going to change. I know, that doesn't make sense. I've figured them out, now I'm going to change. But with pond fishing, I go for fun, not necessarily for numbers. But this next thing we're going to do, it involves this little bitty hook right here. This right here is a crappie 1/16 extra wide gap hook. Now, let me get this tied on, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with it. Since we are in a pond, and we do have bluegill, I'm going to pick out this bluegill colored swim bait. Now these right here, these are called Swimming Fluke Juniors. Awesome. Little bitty baby 3-inch swim baits. And if you don't know what I'm talking about yet, we're going finesse swim bait fishing. Now I'm just going to thread this a little bit tiny swim bait on this little tiny head. That way we can have an ultra finesse little swim bait rig. I guess we'll just have to see if these bass are hungry or not, because if they're not hungry, you know, they may just not eat it. Huh. Well guys, as soon as I tied this on, you know, I just made a few random casts without even the GoPro on, and done got one. Not a giant, but hey, he's a nice little pre-spawn fish. What am I even talking about? This is not a nice fish. This is legit smaller than my hand. Guys, I'm going crazy. Whenever you know that whenever someone calls this a nice pre-spawn fish, you know something's not right in their head. But anyways, at least we're catching some. Anyways, gonna get the sucker back in the water. That way maybe he'll go out, eat a few more little fishies, and get bigger. Okay guys, so unfortunately, we didn't catch any more fish, but if you add up all the fish that I did catch, I got, you know, quite a few fish. I don't keep up with the numbers anymore, I just go out for fun, but you can click right up here at this, you know, my profile picture looking thingy to subscribe. Click on that to subscribe. You can click right over here, you know, to watch some other pond fishing videos. If you really like this episode, and if you watched to the end, do me a favor and share it with your friends. Yeah, I guess I'll just see you later. Bye.